16th, National Liqueur Day. So what do you do for Liqueur Day? You do something you've never done before. Something you love, but something you've never done. We're doing tiramisu today. And our liqueur of choice is Kahlua. That's what we're putting in ours today. We got a quarter cup of it, so we're going to really give it that nice Kahlua flavor today. Never done a tiramisu. I know there's a bunch of different variations. Some of them use raw eggs. This one won't. It's only 8 ingredients. It's super easy version of it. I don't know what it's going to taste like, but I'm sure it's going to be good. So we just have a bunch of steps to do for this one. It's not too hard. Also, I just want to say happy birthday to my foodie friend Tony, who helps me out with the show a lot of times, gives me great feedback, and we bounce ideas off each other all the time. So that's a special day for him, and I know he'd love to have this, but I'm not delivering it to Connecticut. Alrighty, so here's what you need for today, and we'll be right back. Okay, for our tiramisu today, you need 16 ounces of mascarpone cheese, 1.5 cups of heavy cream, 1/3 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, 2.5 cups of strong coffee or espresso, 1/4 cup of Kahlua, 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, and about 30 ladyfingers. Okay, so first thing as usual that we have to do is make our whipped cream, our homemade whipped cream, okay? So we're going to put all of our 1.5 cups of heavy cream into our mixer with our whip attachment. And you know what to do, 2 minutes, we'll have fresh whipped cream. Okay, and then our whipped cream is ready. In a bigger bowl here, I have our 16 ounces of mascarpone cheese. I'm going to add to that my sugar and I'm using vanilla paste, even though because I have bought this vanilla paste, so now instead of when it asks for vanilla, I use this vanilla paste because I think it has a lot more of a flavor, because like I said, you can see the little beans in it, the little seeds. So I know it's a really kicked up version and a better version of vanilla rather than just using, you know, the liquid extract, whether it's pure or fake or whatever. I would rather use this pure vanilla bean paste to really give us a good flavor. Okay, so we're just going to mix this up together until it's all incorporated. Alrighty, so now let's take our whipped cream. We're going to take a little bit of this first, just to start incorporating it into, just like a good dollop of it. Just to start incorporating it into our mascarpone and kind of loosen up our mascarpone a little bit, okay? Because the rest of it we're going to fold in. Trying to, as usual, when you get the volume, whether it be in egg whites or whipped cream, you want to keep that volume. You know, if you just stick it all in a mixer and mix it up, it's going to be like a runny mix. You're not going to get the air that you get when this thing whips up, okay? So now we're just going to take the rest of this whipped cream and carefully fold it into our mascarpone. So basically we're making a nice light whipped mixture, okay? So as usual, just fold away, but try not to deflate your whipped cream, okay? Now we're ready to start assembling now that we kind of have all our stuff together. In a bowl here, I'm going to put my coffee. I'm not going to put all of it. And my Kahlua. Okay? Because we want to mix those together. Give that a little stir. Now, for the ladyfinger part, I went to the store, and I've seen ladyfingers in the store a million times. Of course, today, I need them. Can't find them. So what do? I know these look like ladyfingers. So I found these Marguerite cookie things, Stella d'Oro. Now, they're probably sweetened already, more than a ladyfinger, but they look like ladyfingers, and I'm sure they'll do the job just fine. Now, Again, my birthday friend today is probably going to call me out and make some kind of a joke about it because he loves to bust my chops whenever I do something that seems a little out of the ordinary. So I'll be waiting for a nice sassy comment from him on that. I even had a couple of comments the other day from a couple of his friends overseas in Europe who wanted to make sure that I knew I was pronouncing Yorkshire pudding incorrectly because I said Yorkshire pudding. Whatever. Potato, potato. Cares. It's not even a pudding. Okay? So let's start with that. Before you're going to criticize how I say Yorkshire or Yorkshire, it's not even a pudding. Whatever. Anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm just really quickly just soaking my ladyfinger or my cookies or whatever they are, but they're going to be ladyfingers today. I'm going to soak these really kind of briefly because it ain't going to take much for them to soak up a little bit of flavor. You don't want them sopping wet because then it's going to be this big mushy runny mess. It's going to soften up anyway once you put them in here, and then once you lay your mascarpone filling on the top and you let this sit, this thing's going to sit for a bunch of hours in the fridge. That's going to soften all of this up on top of it, okay? So don't worry if it seems like your cookies aren't soaked enough, okay? They will be. Alrighty, so I'm going to do that and do a full layer and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's our first layer of the ladyfingers. After I soaked them and laid them out, I even took a spoon and drizzled a little more coffee on the top of them as well, of this coffee mixture, just to make sure that there's a good soaking of the alcohol in our cookies, because we're going to want that flavor. We're going to want that nice Kahlua flavor in here. That is the star today. That is our liqueur of choice. Now, take half of your mascarpone mixture and just spread that evenly and make a nice even layer over the top of your ladyfingers, okay? Okay, and then take your cocoa powder, just put a little bit into a sifter here. You don't have to use all of it because you're just going to do a light dusting of the cocoa powder over the top of the mascarpone layer, okay? Like that. Oh, there you go. There's probably the birthday boy now, wondering how I'm doing on my tiramisu. But anyway, now that you have that first layer done, you're going to repeat the process and do the same thing. Soak ladyfingers, mascarpone, and cocoa on the top. Okay? Do it again. Be back. Alrighty. There it is. Tiramisu. All done. Ready for the fridge. This thing's got to sit in the fridge for a bunch of hours. Best thing to do, make this first thing in the morning. That way you'll have it for dessert after dinner in the evening. Okay? I mean, maybe about 4 hours at the least. Overnight, even better if you want to do it the day before. Super easy to do, only 8 ingredients. Can't wait to try this one later on today, and we'll see how we do. Alrighty? See you later for the tasting. Alright, it's a bunch of hours later. There is our tiramisu. Now it looks like there's more cake than mascarpone filling. So I don't know, like more ladyfingers than the other stuff, but I'm sure it's going to be good anyway, so let's just try it. It's a little more dense. Probably because it needs more of the cream, but still pretty darn good. Maybe a little more Kahlua in the cookies would have been good. Soaked in would have been good too, but it's got a great flavor. I mean, tastes just like tiramisu, but it's more. Next time I think I'm going to double up on the mascarpone so there's a thicker layer of it, because there's a good layer here, but this one's kind of thin on the top. But anyway, it's not about the tiramisu today, it's about the Kahlua in the tiramisu today, because it's National Liqueur Day. Alrighty, so make sure you have some liqueur. Have a good day, everybody. See you tomorrow.